Y'all just read a post that kind of broke my heart. It more or less said that when a man goes above and beyond for a woman, he's a simp. And when a woman goes above and beyond for a man, she's a slave. And I've heard women on TikTok and Instagram say this on a normal basis. They would look at a woman's normal wifely duties as slave-like. Slave-like? And then, of course, we all heard men say that when men go above and beyond for his woman, he's a simp. And altogether, this is a sad reality. We love to talk about a gender war, but it sounds like the same sex is going against the same sex. So it's not really women against men or men against women. It's men against men and women against women. And I want to add this disclaimer to this whole simp thing, because I've called Will Smith a cornball, Michael B. Jordan a cornball, Russell Wilson a cornball, and Devon Franklin a cornball. But it's not because they're going above and beyond for their women, but their actual choice of women. Michael B. Jordan actually taking Lori Harvey seriously after she just got ran through by the industry. Will Smith actually marrying Jada Pinkett when she was literally in love with Tupac and did not want to have any kids with him. The only reason Jada Pinkett actually went through with the marriage is because her mother, Gammy, said marry him because she was pregnant by him.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
Gammy was like, you have to get married. So let's talk about the wedding. There's so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young. And I was just like, pregnant. I just...
She didn't really like Will Smith, but her mom actually talked her into it because at that particular point, Will Smith was like the hottest black man on the planet. And her mother, Gammy, was like, are you kidding me? This particular man wants to be with you and you're saying no? And she's like, yeah, I'm in love with Tupac. So her mom pushed her to go through all of this. So yeah, because of that context, Will Smith is definitely a simp and a cornball. And then of course, Devon Franklin marrying Megan Good when she was passed around the industry also. I wasn't saying that those men are simps or cornballs because of them doing extravagant things or marrying or doing right by these women. It's the actual choice of women that's the problem. Russell Wilson fell in love with and married a woman that had a baby by Future. And it was a long-term relationship with Future. And she was passed around the industry just like the other women were. So with that context being separated from all of this, why is it that a typical black man puts another black man down for doing something nice for his woman or for women, period? And why is it that a typical black woman would talk bad about another black woman for doing what she has to do that may appear to be going above and beyond for her man? Why do they put women down for what they do? Well, I have a particular answer, and it comes from the Willie Lynch letter.
I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take them differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful.
We as black people are programmed to have a crab in a barrel mindset. And if one particular man or one particular woman is doing something differently than the rest of us, that particular person gets shunned or pushed out of the group of cool people or whatever people. And this is the reason why we have so much separation in our communities. We seem like we don't even care about other people unless they think exactly like us. And that's dysfunctional, because why can't another person think like this versus that? But when we as a community spend so much time belittling other people that are actually doing something nice for the opposite sex, that is extremely dysfunctional. So I want to ask you all, because I want y'all to comment below. Why do you think, in your opinion, women talk so badly about women who actually want to do nice things for their man, cook, clean, or whatever it is that she feels like she's supposed to do as a wife? And then why is it that you think men talk so badly about other men when men just look to do the nice things that women would want a man to do for them? From everything I see in modern men and modern women, it seems to be an overwhelming trend of individualism. Men don't need women and women don't need men. So when a man looks like he needs a woman, he's demonized. And when a woman needs a man, she's demonized. So anybody who actually wants to love a man or love a woman, there's a problem with that. And I think that's the biggest thing. We, because of the Willie Lynch letter, have been brainwashed into being individuals instead of a community. We as men need women, and women hopefully need men. And when we stop all this individual stuff, I'm an independent woman, or forget these women because all they want to do is take your money. When we get to the point where we can let all of that go, but we have to, one, acknowledge that there's actually a problem, and two, get to the point where we realize that we've been brainwashed to think being by ourselves is the best thing to do. But that's what the government wants. They want us separated because we'll spend more money, be taxed on the money we make, spend more money and be taxed on the things that we buy, live in 2 separate houses instead of 1 house. And then last but most important, they will have control over our children instead of us having control of our children. Because a lot of you ladies may not realize that the government makes billions of dollars a year off of child support. So when you break up with your man and y'all live in 2 different households, or y'all refuse to get married and y'all split up and you put him on child support, there's something called Title 4D, where the government makes a cut off of every man that pays child support. Think about this. You can get sued, be late on your mortgage, be late on your car note, not pay a credit card bill for a while. Do you go to jail for any of these things? No. But if you become late on your child support, you go to jail. Why? Because the government has a shared interest in child support payments versus any other payment that we may owe to somebody else. So like I said earlier, comment below and let me know what you think is going on with black people. Why are women demonizing other women for being good women to men? And why do men demonize other men for being good men to women? It's getting crazy out here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.